Hi everybody and welcome along to another Big Quiz Night In. It is episode 27 now and I'm very happy to be here hosting another quiz night for you. We're just going to be waiting for some people to join in live, so if you are watching a repeat of this, you need to skip ahead about 10 minutes or so until the start of the first round. We have three very different rounds tonight. We're starting off with an alter ego themed round. And yeah, I'm looking forward to bringing everybody along for this one. The pub quiz, as always, is raising money for Sophia, as it's a Sunday. We do this on Thursdays and Sundays at the moment, and we're looking to raise money for Sophia tonight, but that is optional. If you can't afford to donate any money to Sophia, then by all means, please do just share this post instead, or share anything indeed that I do over on the Big Quiz Night In page. That would be much appreciated to help get the word out. Welcoming people already, nice and early doors. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, Alter Egos is going to be round number one. The reason we're doing this for charities is because they're working so hard during the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. So we want to make sure we do what we can for them. And I will explain a little bit more about what they do later on in the broadcast. But for now, I'm going to do what I normally do at the start of each quiz, and I'm going to start sharing the link out to everybody through all my usual channels, just while you're doing the same while you wait for the start of the quiz. So let me just do that. Let me know, as we have just begun, let me know what you're all drinking this evening. We'll bring that up a couple of times, no doubt, through the evening. Let me take that link. And yeah, start your comments coming in, guys. Let's see who's here while I share this link out. And then we can make a start with our first round of the evening. Be nice to know if there's any new people watching along tonight as well. If you're new, if you've not watched a quiz before, please do get in touch and let me know how you discovered the quiz and what you think of it. That would be really good to hear. But I'm just sharing it all out now. And those of you who are regular listeners will know that I've been having trouble with the Facebook Page Manager app recently. That's now working again, so that's the good news. The bad news is I still can't see any of your comments. So on my phone at least, how I'm broadcasting. So I really don't know what's going on there. I thought I'd have it all back today, but turns out I do not. So that's a bit annoying, but hello to everybody, welcome along. Yes, the windowsill's completely changed. Changed it up completely. Start anew. I'll talk about it a bit more in a minute, but thank you for noticing. Sarah's on the cider, of course, yes. Tad's here as well. George also, welcome. Sarah too, yeah, and Owen. Nice. Oh, look, lots of my Patreons getting in early doors. That's great to see. Yeah, the window still has changed. Yes, well done. Evening to James as well. Welcome. I am on something different tonight. I'm on Star Pramen. Went out and bought some of that for a change this evening. So yeah, if you don't mind. Lovely. And it's Father's Day as well. Father's Day today. I've been spoilt rotten by my kids. Lovely day. Hope if you've been celebrating that as well, you've had some enjoyment out of it. There's a lot of people who can't be with their dads for whatever reasons because of all this. So I did manage to do a drive-by, say hello quickly to my dad, socially distance away from him, dropped off a little present and ran. Do what you can. But yes, we've got three very different rounds tonight. I'm bringing back Family Fortunes, our survey says. We haven't done that for a while. Got all the sound effects ready to go as well, so I'm excited for that. Owen's on the Hobgoblin Gold. Nice. I don't mind that one. Father's Day present. I like it. Yeah, one of the best things, isn't it, about Father's Day? Getting a little beer or two in. Why not? Who else have we got here? Paranurse have arrived as well. Good evening, Paranurse. Let's see, how many people do you think we're going to have tonight? One of the things I've been thinking about recently is how we can grow the numbers, not just of live viewers, but in general, because it's kind of stagnated a bit now. It was going up and up and up as the pandemic hit, and this was all taking off, and it's been very slowly creeping up and occasionally dropping down in terms of the numbers of overall followers of the page. And you know me, I'm always pushing to get more people involved because it means more attention for the charities, and it means there'll be more of us having fun here twice a week and more. So if anybody's got any bright ideas, let me know, because I'm struggling at the minute. Good evening to Robin. How are things over there on the West Coast? It is California you're from. I'm sure you mentioned that. Yes. And I've been looking at some of your very artistic posts on Instagram. You're very talented. I really enjoy looking through some of those. So thank you for sharing that. Fascinating stuff. Gemma Crew are in the house. Welcome, Linda and Gemma Crew. Welcome along. Botnets. Tal, I don't know what botnets is. We might have to have a chat about that. Hello, half a dozen here. Welcome to Vernia and half a dozen. Tracy says, hi everyone. Hope you've all had a lovely Father's Day. Loved the kids on today's little quiz. Oh, thanks, Tracy. Yes. So for those of you who are not in the Top Fan group or you haven't listened to my little quiz today, I got the kids to read off a question each, and I read off the third one, and they all had a connection to fathers in some way, shape or form. So that was their little debut on the little quiz, and they were very good, and they did it all in one take as well. We didn't have to do any repeats or anything, because they just smashed it straight away. So I was really proud of them. So I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thank you. Oh, good to hear, Robin. Thank you for that. Hi to Diva. Welcome. Robert's here as well. Good evening. Oh, I love that GIF. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, oh, I'm so annoyed that I can't see your comments on screen though, and your emoji reactions, guys. I've been looking it up. I've been trying to figure out what the problem is. I just can't see anything about it anywhere. There's just nothing to help out there, I don't think. It's really frustrating because it was one of the best, most interactive parts of the show was to be able to see that, and I thought I'd fixed it, but no. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, by the way. Please do keep giving those emoji reactions because they all count and they all help push the quiz out in front of more people, the more engagements that it has. So that's much appreciated. Good evening to Andy, welcome. And Bill's here as well, I see. Is Bill here? Robin's tagging him in. I hope he's here. We're waiting for barking dogs to arrive. It's a lovely evening around here, really lovely. So I don't know how busy we'll be tonight, but we'll see. We'll give it till about 5 past and then we'll make a start. Anyway, there's Bill. Good evening. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so I've changed everything back here. I've put everything back around the house where it belonged before, and I bought out one of my Lego sets. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it up every quiz, so they're not out all day every day. So I'm going to put this back after the quiz is finished inside the cabinet where it belongs, and then put another one out there, or another 2 or 3 out there for another day, because I've got quite a few. So I just thought I'd do that for a bit of a change. So yeah, thank you for noticing though. That's the Han Solo in Carbonite set, one of my absolute favourites of the small sets that I can justify buying, because God knows Lego is expensive. Let's get Quizzical here. Good evening. Hello to Nicola and the team. David's here as well. That should mean I think that barking dogs are fully assembled now. Is that everybody? Is Tony on? Do we have Tony from Marbella here? Rachel's here though. We've seen that. Hello to Rachel. I don't know if James will be with you tonight. We shall see. He did a good show though again on the weekend, so that was nice. He's going to do on Keep Calm and Listen In. He's doing it every Saturday and every Sunday. He's going to do a show now because his plans changed in terms of going on radio, which was a shame. But hey, he'll get there one day, I'm sure. Tony is out on a date on a quiz night. What? How very dare he? Oh, fair play. No, it's fine. It's fine. Of course it's fine. Yes, so we normally start about 8:05. I do advertise it as 8 o'clock, but people tend to join as and when they can. People putting kids to bed and whatnot. So yeah, we sometimes normally start about 8:05. Good evening to Jason. No, we won't have James tonight. Okay, Rachel, thanks for that. Cross Atlantic are here as well. Charlie's here. Good evening to you, Charlie. Phoenix is here. It's currently 37 degrees at noon and expecting it to be 41 degrees C later. You've learned your suet cakes really don't melt in the heat, and birds will eat suet in the heat. Oh man, sounds like fun, eh? But yes, thank you for joining as always. And also we've got Eric from Blackpool Bar Stewards here. Devises Duo ready for action as well. Welcome to Tony. Plenty of the Patreons are now watching along, which is great. So remember, guys, if you're a Patreon member at the top tier, top Fan Plus tier or above, Tuesday night is our first Patreon only quiz night, and that's going to be a lot of fun. You know the plan for that already. If you haven't seen the notifications yet, get in the top Fan Plus group. It's in there, or look in the Patreon app, because I always update things in the Patreon app. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, if you haven't worked it out yet, and you do have a smartphone, then please do, because yeah, everything gets posted there as well, and the video will go live in the Top Fan Plus group, so that's where you want to keep an eye out for it being shown. And if you fancy joining us for another Patreon only quiz night, you need to go to Patreon, BigQuizNightIn on Patreon, choose which tier is right for you, and then you can be invited if you're at the right tiers. It's all there for you. The other thing is, I've been posting my quick quizzes. How many of you have been watching the quick quizzes? What do you think? I'm getting a few comments saying about the pressure of the 10-second countdown I put in there before you have to answer the question, and it says it might be putting some of you off, which is really interesting. But it's been a lot of fun putting those together. I hope you like them. I've done a series of 10, and I've posted one a day, 5 so far, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's 5 I've posted so far. Let me know what you think about the quick quizzes if you've seen them, and if you haven't, when you do see them, please do share them, because they're designed to be quick videos to share with everybody, to entice them and tease them as to what we do on this main show. So they're a lot of fun. Have I brushed my beard tonight? I have. I do every night. I do all the time, but sometimes it's just a bit scruffier than others. Sometimes it doesn't behave itself. And what else we'll hear? Charlotte says, tonight's topic are ready to whoop Devises duo. Them's fighting words, I reckon. Quarantinis are here with an Aperol Spritz. Goodness me. Rachel has come over to the dark side for tonight. Oh, really? Okay, Sarah. June's here, good evening. Ursula Finn says, hi, newbies to this quiz, looking forward to a good night. Oh, welcome to you, Ursula. That's lovely to see. Oh, Jacqueline says the quick quiz was fabulous. Okay, so because we do have some new people, just before we start that first round of the evening, I will tell you now, the way this works is very simple. There's absolutely no pressure. You don't have to submit anything to me at all. I'm going to read out questions, 3 rounds worth of quiz questions. At the end of each round, you can ask me for a repeat of any of the questions that you like. And then once everybody's had the repeats, I will then go through the answers and you mark your own, okay? And I'll trust you to mark your own, because these quizzes are just for fun, all right? There might be some in the future that are for more than that, but this is just for fun. Okay, so once we've gone through each of the 3 rounds, once we've gone through each round, at the end of each round, you're allowed to then put your scores and your team name in the comments. You don't have to have a team name. You could just say what your score is. It's up to you. But really, we're just here to have fun, and we'll celebrate those who do well, and we'll commiserate with those who don't. So yeah, there's really no need to cheat or lie about your answers, although you could if you wanted to, because nobody would know. But really, it's just a bit of fun, and you'll soon see, as all the regulars in the comments will tell you, that it is just for fun. In the meantime, though, the other things you should know just before we begin, because we've got 2 minutes left to go, because Crystal Maze have just arrived as well. That's good to see. Another regular team has arrived. We're up to about 70 people watching now, 70 devices at least. I am on Twitter and Instagram, where I post regularly different quiz kind of related stuff. And I'm also on Limor, which is a social audio app, which is a new thing for social media in many ways, where I record an audio little quiz, 3 questions, pretty much every single day. So I share that, and that goes on Twitter and through Facebook as well. So I'm constantly sharing lots of different quiz stuff to keep you occupied and pass the time, especially during this pandemic, including picture rounds. Picture rounds I'll be sharing at the end of every quiz night. There's already loads on this Facebook page, so make sure you're following the page and have a look around the photo albums, because there's lots of different picture rounds there, and there'll be another new one added as soon as we finish the live show, and it'll go on for about an hour and a half. So if you're watching now, the 3 rounds will take us up to about 9:30, give or take. And I do like to waffle on, #waffle on. So we have a chat, all fun, very much relaxed, no pressure. That's what this is all about. I hope that's all nice and clear to you. 2 amigos have arrived. Inquisitors are checking in as well. The Doom Radleys are here. That is great timing, guys, because it's now 8:05. So why don't we make a start then with the first round of the evening? And as I said earlier on, it is the Alter Egos round, it's called. And just before I read question number 1, I'm going to share for the first time this evening the link if you would like to donate to our nominated charity, which is there, Sophia Community Food Larder. So I'm based, as are Sophia, in Didcot in Oxfordshire. Okay, and Sophia are a community food larder that's non-means tested, so it's food that could be given to anybody, no matter who you are, where you're from. But they are helping thousands of vulnerable people across Oxfordshire and across Milton Keynes as well. They're doing this all for free during the pandemic. Normally there's a little membership fee you pay, and then you can collect a whole box of food which has been donated from manufacturers or from superstores. There's the link. I've just shared it on from my own name, and I'll share it from the quiz page as well. So we're supporting them because during the pandemic they're not charging any members fees. They're doing it based on donations. Okay, you don't have to donate. Please do share what I do here though if you don't want to donate for whatever reason, and if you can donate, that is appreciated. And secondly, if anybody would like to support me, I'll talk about that later, but there's logos everywhere. You might have figured it out already if you missed me talking about it earlier. So here we go with the alter egos round. You'll get the gist of it as we go along. If you don't know what I mean by alter egos, I'm sure you will by the end of the first question. So here we go. Don't write the answers in the comments, remember, just make a note of them yourself. Question 1, which dynamic duo are really Batman and Robin? 1 point for each. Which dynamic duo are really Batman and Robin? Oh, Andy's waiting until payday. Secret Santa and Sophia will get dosh next week. Yeah, that's very kind of you, Andy. Yeah, it doesn't have to be on the night. It doesn't have to be on the night. And for those of you who are new, Secret Santa he's referring to, that's our charity that we support on the Thursday night quiz. The quizzes are both very similar in terms of the way where I run them, but Secret Santa is a charity that we support on Thursdays. So join us then to hear what they do. Question number 2. J.K. Rowling considers which of her Harry Potter characters to be her alter ego? J.K. Rowling considers which of her Harry Potter characters to be her alter ego? She might not be too happy with the person who plays that character these days, judging by what's been going on in the media lately. But yeah, that's the character you need to name is the one she considers to be her alter ego. Question number 3 now. Question 3. What name does Peter Quill wish everyone would call him? What name does Peter Quill wish everyone would call him? That is question number 3. Yeah, we're kind of hovering around about 70 to 75 live devices, so that's okay. That's okay. It is nice when we break past the 100 mark. Always nice to see that, but yeah, we're all right with that. I think, yeah, it's a lovely evening out there, so there's probably a lot of people out and about still. Right, question number 4 for 3 points. What are the secret identities of Wonder Woman, Batgirl, and Captain Marvel? What are the secret identities of Wonder Woman, Batgirl, and Captain Marvel? So 1 point for each for that one. Right, question number 5 then. Remember, if I go through these too quickly, I can repeat questions at the end. You'll get thinking time in that respect. Question 5. Who was the alter ego of Dr. Henry Jekyll? Who was the alter ego of Dr. Henry Jekyll? All right, question 6 then. Question number 6. Who was the first of David Bowie's alter egos to have a hit album? Who was the first of David Bowie's alter egos to have a hit album? my, my friend Jans there says he can launch 3 more devices at home if it helps. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Do it. Yeah, I'm so vain. I like to see that number as high as possible. So no, I know there's loads of people watching. It's fine. There's more people behind each screen. I know. Just the more eyes we have on the quiz, the more eyes could be seeing that there. That's the main thing for me. Through the pandemic, it's about supporting those charities. And also, I'm insanely jealous of another quiz that I've noticed that's popped up on YouTube as opposed to Facebook. At the same time as me, similar kind of premise. And because it was on YouTube instead of Facebook and various other reasons, it suddenly went viral, and they had a Tottenham Hotspur player appear during the quiz to surprise him and thank him for all the charity work he was doing. And I'm like, I'm a Spurs fan. Where's my Tottenham Hotspur appearance? Damn it. Oh man, it just made me laugh when I saw that though. Right, question number 7 for 3 points. What are the real names of the Fantastic Four's Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Girl, the Human Torch, and the Thing? What are the real names of the Fantastic Four's Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Girl, the Human Torch, and the Thing? 1 point for each. One point for each. What's this now? Jan says there can be only one good quiz on Sundays. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same days. Thursdays and Sundays is mine. I don't know if it was the same days. I think maybe his is Thursdays and Fridays, or I don't know. Whatever it was. But yeah, fair play to him. He's raising loads of money for charity. Fair play. But I just look at it and go, you're joking. Really? There's loads of other quizzes going out there. It's just that one in particular caught my eye because it was very public that one of my favourite former Spurs players rocked up to the quiz and joined in, and I was so jealous. Terrible. Right, question number 8. Who was Miley Stewart's well-known television alter ego? Who was Miley Stewart's well-known television alter ego? Right, okay, your next question. It's a bit loud. Question number 9 now. Question 9. Which 3 female pop stars created the alter egos called Sasha Fierce, Joe Calderone, and Cherry Cuckoo? Which 3 female pop stars created the alter egos called Sasha Fierce, Joe Calderone, and Cherry Cuckoo? Owen, it was Ledley King. That's who the player was. Ambassador for the club, legend. Tony says we obviously don't watch the right films. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe for the previous ones. Okay. No, Amy, I said Miley Stewart. Bill says we're all one big family on your quiz, Chris. Thanks, mate. We have got a real lovely community that's grown here, most definitely, and from all over the world as well, which I'm so proud of. We've got lots of different countries represented. Yes, Owen, you got it, mate. Okay, your next question then is for another 3 points. James Howlett, Clint Barton, and Matt Murdock are better known as which superheroes? James Howlett, Clint Barton, and Matt Murdock are better known as which superheroes? I will narrow it down for you a little, if it helps at all, and say they are all Marvel characters. I don't know if that will help you, but I'm just going to say it to be nice. Yeah. I suggest you be very careful, Amy and Keith, how you discuss that question. I'll say no more. But you haven't mentioned the answer yet, but just be careful. Question 11 now. Question 11. Which sisters used the male names of Curra, Acton, and Ellis Bell to hide their gender when first published? Or to hide what sex they were, I should say. Which sisters used the male names of Curra, Acton, and Ellis Bell to hide their sex when first published? That's a 1 point question. Which sisters? So tell me the surname. Jan says it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Words to live by. Nothing to see here. Move along. This is not the answer you're looking for. Right, question 12, and question number 12 is for 3 more points. Which male X-Men were born Scott Summers, Remy LeBeau, and Kurt Wagner? Which male X-Men were born Scott Summers, Remy LeBeau, and Kurt Wagner? 1 point for each. Three more questions left in this round. All our question rounds like this are 15 question rounds normally. Question number 13. Which one of the Beatles had an alter ego called Dr. Winston O'Boogie? Which one of the Beatles had an alter ego called Dr. Winston O'Boogie? Last couple of questions then for this round. Question number 14 now for 3 points. Question 14 is for 3 more points. What were the alter egos of the female X-Men called Storm, Phoenix, and Mystique? What were the alter egos of the female X-Men who were called Storm, Phoenix, and Mystique? Again, 1 point for each. Your final question is all about supervillains. Okay, so for 4 points. Which 4 supervillains' real names were Eric Lensher, Harvey Dent, Norman Osborn, and Dr. Pamela Isley? Which 4 supervillains' real names were Eric Lensher, Harvey Dent, Norman Osborn, and Pamela Isley? 1 point for each. Let me know in the comments what questions you'd like repeated, and I can do those for you, no problem, and then we'll go through the answers for that round. And whilst you're doing that, just a reminder of, first of all, the link to support Sophia. If you'd like to donate, there's that Just Giving page there. Obviously don't let that take you away from the quiz, do it afterwards if you want to. Oh, Owen says, I think we have found a nemesis round. No! Okay, question 10 and question 2 I've been asked to repeat, that's fine. So, Lynn, question 2 was J.K. Rowling considers which of her Harry Potter characters to be her alter ego? 10 12, 14 and 15. Okay, so 10 was James Howlett, Clint Barton and Matt Murdock are better known as which superheroes? That's James Howlett, Clint Barton and Matt Murdock. Question 11, which, was it 11 I was being asked for? I think it was 12 actually. Keith, yes I have. Everything's been taken down. If you want to know what that's all about, if you're new, go back and watch the last episode or any of the ones before that, because it was growing and growing and growing, and now I've started again. All right, I'll go back to the top then. Question 1 was which dynamic duo are really Batman and Robin? 9 was which 3 female pop stars created the alter egos called Sasha Fierce, Joe Calderone, and Cherry Cuckoo? You can repeat all of them, I still have no idea. Brilliant. Number 10 I've just done. 12. Okay, 12 and 14. 12 was which male X-Men were born Scott Summers, Remy LeBeau, and Kurt Wagner? And 14, what were the alter egos of the female X-Men called Storm, Phoenix, and Mystique? 8. Question number 8. Who was Miley Stewart's well-known television alter ego? Question 10, the first name was James Howlett, Howlett. James says, sorry I'm late, phone was overheating, had to put it in the fridge. Aloha from Dayton, Ohio. That's so funny, James. When I was recording the quick quizzes, I had to run a process on my phone where I mirror image it so it looks like the same as this, because really my kitchen's the other way around, and that's actually written backwards, so that it looks okay for a Facebook camera which mirrors it. So as I'm running this process on my phone to mirror image all my videos, it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter to the point where it was too hot to hold, so I had to put it in the fridge while it was finishing off doing all that rendering. And yeah, I can totally relate to that, and it wasn't even hot outside. That was at night time. So there you go. That's made me laugh though, seeing you say that. Is that the Carbonite scene? Yes, it is. I did mention that earlier, but you must have missed it. It is the Han Solo and Carbonite scene, absolutely. Yeah, it's got an Ugnaught, Boba Fett, Stormtrooper, and and Han Solo's actually behind the Carbonite. He's in there. That whole thing rotates and turns around. It's very cool. And I put C-3PO with it because I've got that separately. Okay, let me see what other repeats I've been asked for. I think I've done most of them now. Question 10 again. James Howlett, Clint Barton, and Matt Murdock are better known as which superheroes? Our score will be 0. Oh, Linda, our score will be 0 without him. Okay. 15 again. Laura's asked for 15 again. Which 4 super villains' real names are Eric Lensher, Harvey Dent, Norman Osborn, and Dr. Pamela Isley? 1 point for each. Question 4 for you, Jace. Question 4 was, what are the secret identities of Wonder Woman, Batgirl, and Captain Marvel? Yes, I know the shelf does look empty now, Charlie, you're right. Yeah. There'll be different stuff on there for the next few quizzes, so you'll have to tune in next time to see what I put there next time, okay? I think that's everything in terms of repeats now, guys. So, Bill, you're not supposed to tell people you know that. Alright, we won't go into any more details other than the fact that Bill is very proud of the fact he's shared a drink with the actor who plays the Emperor in Star Wars, and I'm insanely jealous, being a huge Star Wars fan that I am. Alright, we won't say any more about that. Alright, so here we go with the answers, everybody. So 1 point for each. Let me know what your team scores are in the comments, along with your team name if you've chosen one, if you have one already. Question 1, which dynamic duo are really Batman and Robin? It is Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson. Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson, 1 point for each. Question 2, J.K. Rowling considers which of the Harry Potter characters to be her alter ego? It is Hermione. Hermione Granger, but Hermione's fine for the point now. Question 3, what name does Peter Quill wish everyone would call him? Star-Lord. from the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Avengers movies, Star-Lord. Question 4. What are the secret identities of Wonder Woman, Batgirl and Captain Marvel? They are Diana Prince is Wonder Woman, Barbara Gordon is Batgirl, and Carol Danvers is Captain Marvel. Question 5. Who was the alter ego of Dr. Henry Jekyll? It is Mr. Edward Hyde. I think you can give yourself a point if you just got Hyde there. Jekyll and Hyde, that's fine. If you got Hyde, don't worry too much about the first name. Question 6. Who was the first of David Bowie's alter egos to have a hit album? It is Ziggy Stardust. Question 7. What are the real names of the Fantastic Four? They are Reed Richards is Mr. Fantastic, Sue and Johnny Storm are the Invisible Girl and the Human Torch, and Ben Grimm is the Thing. Question 8. Who was Miley Stewart's well-known television alter ego? It is Hannah Montana, because Miley Cyrus played Miley Stewart, and in Miley Stewart in the show becomes Hannah Montana. That's her other name. I don't know, I didn't watch it, but that's how it works. So that's why I said be careful what you're saying there, because Miley Cyrus was the actress, Miley Stewart was the character, who then becomes Hannah Montana on stage, maybe? But Hannah Montana's the answer anyway. Question number 9. Which 3 female pop stars created the alter egos called Sasha Fierce, Joe Calderone and Cherry Cuckoo? In that order, Beyonce, Lady Gaga and Courtney Love. Oh, it's out of 32 points. Thank you, Sarah. Your next question was number 10. James Howlett, Clint Barton and Matt Murdock are better known as which superheroes? It is Wolverine, Hawkeye and Daredevil for 3 points. Question 11. Which sisters used the male names of Curra, Acton and Ellis Bell? It is the Bronte sisters. Question 12. Which male X-Men were born Scott Summers, Remy LeBeau and Kurt Wagner? Scott Summers is Cyclops, Remy LeBeau is Gambit, and Kurt Wagner is Nightcrawler. Question 13. Which one of the Beatles had an alter ego called Dr. Winston O'Boogie? That is John Lennon. Question 14. The 3 female X-Men called Storm, Phoenix and Mystique were also known as Aurora Monroe was Storm, Jean Grey was Phoenix, and for Mystique it is Raven or Raven Darkholme. Jan says that sucks to have Jessica Alba cast as the Invisible Woman. Such a beautiful lady and her only power is to be invisible. Oh, Jan. It's okay, the films weren't that good anyway. Question 15. Which 4 supervillains' real names were Eric Lensher, Harvey Dent, Norman Osborn and Dr. Pamela Isley? Right, Eric Lensher was Magneto from the X-Men. Harvey Dent was Two-Face, the Batman villain. Norman Osborn was Green Goblin, the Spider-Man villain. And Pamela Isley was Poison Ivy, another villain from Batman's universe. Yes, okay, so 1 point for each again. Let me know how you did. I can repeat any of those answers as well if you need me to, but tally up those scores and let's see how well you did with that round, and then we'll move on to round number 2. Number 11, answer again please, you cut out. Sorry there, Laura. Okay, number 11, it is the Bronte sisters. So it's just 1 point for number 11. They are Charlotte, Emily and Anne, in case you didn't know or wanted to know that. But the Bronte sisters was the answer to number 11. So I've shared, as you'll let me know what the scores are, I have shared the link, and I will do again for Sophia. In case you're wondering also what let me get it right, that one is there. So for those of you who aren't interested and will perhaps can't afford or don't want to support me with a monthly Patreon, I'll talk about some of the rewards a bit later on for Patreon. You can buy me a beer or virtual beer. It's just a way of tipping me for what I do. So if you can support the charities, great, do that first. If you want to go the extra mile and do a bit to support me, it's all going into running and continuing to get the new equipment, new software to improve the quiz, because I do want to keep doing this beyond the pandemic. So it does need to start financially supporting itself. And so that's what that is. If you want to, you can do that anytime you like. You can just go on and buy me a beer as a tip, and that would be much appreciated. I'll tell you more once I've done the scores. We'll talk about Patreon as well. Let's go through your scores though and see how well you did tonight, guys. So, Owen says, surprised to get as many as 9. Well done. Barking Dogs have got 10. Crystal Maze, 30 points. Devises Duo have got 12. Tracy says 20 points. Robin's got a respectful 5. Bill says, I think I have the power of invisibility to women don't see me. Oh, mate. Oh, dear. 12 points for Diva. Well done. 18 for Let's Get Quizzical. 30 for Cell Marketeers. 27 out of 32 for Back in Black. Para, Nurse have got 18. Real Friends have got 30. 12 out of 32 for Clive and a headache for Two Amigos. Oh dear. Abingdon Atom's Korfball Club have got 27 points. Good score, guys. Doom Radley's 19 points. Surprised I got 6, says Lorna. 18 for Blackpool Bar Stewards. The Gemma Crew, 24 points. Oxford and Phoenix Collective have got 17, thanks to an awake teenager. Yeah, they're always useful, aren't they, for certain questions. Tonight's topic have just had a jolly barbecue and scored 21 points. Nice one. Certainly the weather for it over here. Team Danger, I've got 21 points. 28 for half a dozen. Kings and Queens got a very good 29 points. We love this round. Obviously, we got almost all right because of Marvel and DC. I know, right? 28 for the Inquisitors. On my own, 12. Could have done with my son's help, but he wouldn't come off the Xbox. I would like to say I sympathise with you, but I'm an Xbox gamer myself, so I can sympathise with your son. But it is Father's Day, so really, I mean, maybe you should come off the Xbox. 25 points for Jan, although I would argue whether Mystique was a member of the X-Men. Sadly, I won't be able to do the rest of the rounds. Need to pick up my wife from her girls this evening out. Oh, that's okay. Always good to see you, mate, and I'll be back on Thursday and then Sunday again. You know how it goes. Tegan says 13. 16 for Helen. That's okay. Good score. Chelsea got 29 points. Cross Atlantic, 12 points. You got a Kiss t-shirt on, James says. I do. Not just any Kiss t-shirt on. It will be written backwards. I have worn it before, but it is the End of the Road World Tour t-shirt. One of the best gigs I've ever been to in my life. Before the pandemic, thankfully, hit. Managed to get to see them in Birmingham. It was amazing. Quizzy, Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, good team name, 25 points. The Quarantinis got 12. That round can go in the bin for us. You might be all right with the next round. Who knows? And yes, Tegan, do tag people. Absolutely. Right. It's only noon in Phoenix, so your team had just rolled out and finished breakfast. Otherwise, we'd have a fight for the computer gaming sympathy. Very good. Oh dear. Okay. So that's the Alter Egos quiz done. Round number 2 is back to school. So the round is connected to basically schools from fiction, shall we say. I think that covers it nicely enough. There's a couple of other random school-related questions in there, but largely it's going to be about fictional schools and a few other interesting little tidbits throughout there. So, see how you do with this one. Oh, James has seen them twice. Great show. Yeah, Kiss are definitely one of my all-time favourite bands. Very fortunate to see that tour. They threw everything at it and the kitchen sink, so to speak. It was good. Right, okay, let's crack on with round number 2, and I'm sure we'll chat more as we go. So, for back to school then, round number 2, question number 1. Which school's motto is Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus? I'm sure I said that a little bit wrong. Somebody will correct me because you know these things well, some of you. But that translates from Latin as never tickle a sleeping dragon. Name the school that has that motto. Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus, which translates from Latin as never tickle a sleeping dragon. See how you get on with that one while I top up my beer. Question number 2. Which actor played relief teacher Dewey Finn in School of Rock? It's a brilliant film. Which actor played relief teacher Dewey Finn in School of Rock? I keep meaning to show that to my kids. I must check what rating it is. I think it's a family-friendly film, right? They're 6 and 8. I'm sure they'll be fine with it. They keep wanting to see the Ghostbusters movie, the original, of course, the original Ghostbusters movies. But every time I check online about it, I'm then reminded of this certain language and how it's not quite the family-friendly film for that age group that I remember it being. So I think we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for that. Anna says, our kids' favourite film ever. They are 10 and 12. Oh, for School of Rock. It is such a good film. Question number 3. Well, we keep talking about that in the comments, I'm sure. Question 3. Which fictional school was attended by Danny, Plug, Toots and Smithy? Which fictional school was attended by Danny, Plug, Toots and Smithy? Oh, Rachel, I bet Alfie loves it. Yeah, I absolutely bet Alfie loves it, knowing the rock kid that he is. Yep. Yeah, I think we will introduce him to School of Rock. They're definitely getting into that kind of music, which is nice to see. All right, question number 4 now. Question number 4. Which acts had UK hits with songs called School's Out, Me and Julio Down by the Old Schoolyard, and What I Go to School For? 1 point for each. Which acts had UK hits with the songs called School's Out, Me and Julio Down by the Old Schoolyard, and What I Go to School For? 1 point for each. Okay, your next question then. Question number 5. Which novel is set at the Marcia Blaine School for Girls? Which novel is set at the Marcia Blaine School for Girls? Jan's listening to the quiz in his car again. Brilliant. Glad you could stay in touch. That's much appreciated. I like to see that kind of commitment. Thank you. James is still laughing his ass off about Titilanders. And you know what? It might sound funny. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it, to be honest. I don't know. That's how I read it anyway. It's a double L and it's a U before the S at the end there. Titilandus. I don't know how else I would pronounce it, to be honest. But hey. All right, your next question. Question number 6 now. Oh, can I spell the name of the school, please? For the Marcia Blaine School for Girls? Marcia Blaine. Oh, only one device now. Yeah, I noticed. I noticed, Jan. Okay. Your next question then. This is one that I'm afraid our American friends might struggle with. So question number 6. A statue of whom, complete with a rugby ball, can be viewed at rugby school? A statue of whom, complete with a rugby ball, can be viewed at rugby school? Question number 7 now. Question 7. Which author wrote a series of books set in Mallory Towers Girls' School? Which author wrote a series of books set in Mallory Towers Girls' School? Question number 8 now. Question 8 is for 2 points. Prince William and the Duchess of Cambridge attended which elite colleges before enrolling in university? Prince William and the Duchess of Cambridge attended which elite colleges before enrolling in universities? Name the colleges for 1 point each. I think that's a pretty tough question, even if you do live in this country. So good luck with that one. Question number 9 now. Question number 9. Which teacher quit his job at St Paul's First School in Northumberland to go walking on the moon? Which teacher quit his job at St Paul's First School in Northumberland to go walking on the moon? Oh, Charlotte, you're aware of the Mallory Towers stories, I see. I'm not familiar with them myself. Doesn't really sound like the kind of books I would read. Not that I read many. I'm much more of an audiobook guy, as I've said before. Yeah, sometimes that'll happen, James. Apologies. Yeah, Lorna, you should know by now that when I say a quiz round is about something, it's always going to be a theme of the round rather than actual school related. Although, if it makes you feel better, there is a spelling test coming up in a minute. I'm not even joking. Question number 10, it's in a couple of questions time. Question 10, who was known as the Fat Owl of Greyfriars? Who was known as the Fat Owl of Greyfriars? You might be alright with the next question to our American friends. I don't know. Unfortunately, this has been a quiz where a certain topic has come up quite a few times so far. I don't often do many questions about this next topic because I'm not a fan myself. So I tend just to leave it out. I know a lot of people are, so hey. Question 11. Which school bullies were Draco Malfoy's henchmen in the Harry Potter novels and presumably the films? Which school bullies were Draco Malfoy's henchmen in the Harry Potter novels? 1 point for each. The other thing is, James, if I do too many American questions, I then get some people over here having a moan that it's not enough local pub quiz questions. You can never please everybody in these situations, so I just do what I do. I keep mixing it up and leave it at that. But hey. Okay. Next question, question 12. Who is the current Secretary of State for Education in the UK? Who is the current Secretary of State for Education in the UK? Your next question's a spelling test that I mentioned a moment ago. So, question 13. Spell catarrh as in the fluid released during a cold. I assume that's how you say it. Spell catarrh, the fluid released during a cold. It's a very unusual word for it. But have a guess. If you spell it exactly right, you get yourself a point. The fluid released during a cold is known as catarrh. Spell it for 1 point. Okay, question number 14 and 15 are both for 3 points each. So here we go with question 14. What are the names of the 3 fictional schools that Bart Simpson, Danny Zuko and Sue Sylvester attend? 1 point for each there. That's 3 points for question 14. What are the names of the 3 fictional schools that Bart Simpson, Danny Zuko and Sue Sylvester attend. James says, what you do well, and we all like it, right? Thanks, mate. What eyes that have to do with school number 13? In number 13. What does it have to do with school? It's a spelling test. I guess you mean what does that have to do with school? Yeah, it's a spelling test. Tend to do them at school. Yeah, what does? I see that now. Yeah, it's nothing. The word itself is nothing to do with school. It's just because it's a spelling test, because you have those in school. Okay, in question 15 then, your final 3 points available here. Which fictional schools had headmistresses named Miss Agatha Trunchbull, Miss Camilla Fritton, and Mrs. Bridget McCluskey? Which fictional schools had headmistresses named Miss Agatha Trunchbull, Miss Camilla Fritton, and Mrs. Bridget McCluskey? 1 point for each. Let me know if you need any repeated. I need to make sure I'm all ready to go with the sound effects for the next round, because we're going to be doing our Survey Says Family Fortune style round again. We haven't done one for a while, so I thought I'd do one in preparation for Tuesday's Patreon only quiz night. The first of its kind. It's going to be fun. Owen would like 5 and 10 repeated, and 1 and 2 for Gary. All right, well, let's start at the top then. So 1 and 2, which school's motto? I was going to say that word again, James. Which school's motto is Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus, which translates from Latin as never tickle a sleeping dragon? Number 2 was which actor played relief teacher Dewey Finn in School of Rock? Number 5 was which novel is set at the Marcia Blaine School for Girls? And number 10, who was known as the Fat Owl of Greyfriars, for number 10? Number 11 was which school bullies were Draco Malfoy's henchmen in the Harry Potter novels? Question 15 was which fictional schools had headmistresses named Miss Agatha Trunchbull, Miss Camilla Fritton, and Mrs. Bridget McCluskey? 14 was what are the names of the 3 fictional schools that Bart Simpson, Danny Zuko, and Sue Sylvester attend? Andy says he makes it out 23 points in total. Thanks for that, mate. Ursula says, number 3, please. Which fictional school was attended by Danny, Plug, Toots, and Smithy? I'll do 1 and 2 again as well for you then. Which school's motto is Draco Dormiens Nunquam Titilandus, which translates from Latin as never tickle a sleeping dragon? Number 2 again was which actor played relief teacher Dewey Finn in School of Rock? And I think that's it for repeats. All right, let's go through the answers, I think. Okay, question number 1. I'm not going to say that again. Never tickle a sleeping dragon is the motto of Hogwarts School for witches and wizards. Question 2, which actor played relief teacher Dewey Finn in School of Rock? It is Jack Black. If you haven't seen School of Rock, it's very funny. Please do watch it. Question 3, which fictional school was attended by Danny, Plug, Toots, and Smithy? It is the Bash Street School. Yes, Sarah said, can we have 1 again? Oh dear. No more. Question number 4. Which acts had UK hits with songs called School's Out, Me and Julio Down by the Old Schoolyard, and What I Go to School For? So School's Out was by Alice Cooper. Me and Julio Down by the Old Schoolyard is by Paul Simon, and What I Go to School For is by Busted. Question 5. Which novel is set at the Marcia Blaine School for Girls? It is The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie. Question 6. A statue of who, complete with a rugby ball, can be viewed at Rugby School? It is William Webb Ellis. Question 7. Which author wrote a series of books set in Mallory Towers Girls' School? That is Enid Blyton. Question 8. Prince William and the Duchess of Cambridge attended which elite colleges before enrolling in university? That is Eton College and Marlborough College. Question 9. Which teacher quit his job at St Paul's First School in Northumberland to go walking on the moon? It is Gordon Sumner, aka Sting, from Sting and the Police. Used to be a teacher, had a song called Walking on the Moon. There you go. Question 10. Who was known as the Fat Owl of Greyfriars? That was Billy Bunter. Question 11. Which school bullies were Draco Malfoy's henchmen in the Harry Potter novels? It is Crabbe and Goyle. Question 12. Who is the current Secretary of State for Education in the UK? It is the Right Honourable Gavin Williamson, CBE. I mean, his full title is not necessary, just Gavin Williamson was enough for a point there if you got that. Question 13. Spell catarrh, the fluid that's released during a cold. It is CATARRH. Every day's a school day, eh? Can we get the answers to 4 and 8, please? The Wi-Fi went out. Yes, 4 was Alice Cooper, Paul Simon and Busted. And 8 was Eton and Marlborough colleges. Eton and Marlborough. Well, yeah, okay, so that was question 13 we did then as well. Question 14. The names of the 3 fictional schools that Bart Simpson, Danny Zuko and Sue Sylvester attended. Bart Simpson went to Springfield Elementary. Danny Zuko, off of Grease, the musical, in case you didn't realise, went to Rydell High. And Sue Sylvester went to William McKinley High School. Question 15. Which fictional schools had headmistresses named Miss Agatha Trunchbull, Miss Camilla Fritton and Mrs. Bridget McCluskey? Cruncham Hall was for Miss Trunchbull. That's in Matilda, the Roald Dahl story. Miss Camilla Fritton was the headmistress at St Trinian's, and Bridget McCluskey at Grange Hill High School, which was a TV series here in the UK. For many years. 5, 6 and 7 again. 5 was the prime of Miss Jean Brodie. 6 was William Webb Ellis. And 7, sorry, I didn't realise you meant all the way through. That's why. 7 was which author wrote a series of books and the Mallory Towers Girls' School? That was Enid Blyton. So sorry, I hope you got all the answers there when your Wi-Fi cut out. Any more repeats? If not, tally up your scores. Let me know how well you did in round number 2. In the meantime, if you have got Twitter or Instagram, or if you're one of the few that's on Limor, which is the other logo you can see there, I'm there at BigQuizNightIn, and I share lots of different fun quizzes separate to that which you see, normally separate to what you see here on the Facebook page. So please do give me a follow there and like and retweet wherever you see, because it just helps grow the quiz. So please do that if you're on those other social media platforms. Here we go, team scores are coming in thick and fast. So 19 points for Cell Marketeers. Real Friends have got 18. Team Danger 17. Back in Black 21 out of 23. Barking Dog 17. Quizdle May's got 17. Tracy says rubbish 10. It's not that bad. Cross Atlantic, 12 again. 12 again for Diva, well done. 14 for Oval Team. Devisers Duo have got 18. 15 for the Two Amigos. June's got 11. Kings and Queens have got 15 points this round. Tricky one. Ash Quiz to Ash Quiz, 17 points. 10 for Abingdon Atoms Korfball Club. Ursula says, better this round, we got 14. Good, well done. 19, thanks to the Oxford half. Yeah, you probably needed them a bit more this round, in fairness. 11, and my son came to help, Helen says. Excellent. 15 for the Blackpool Bar Stewards. 21 for Let's Get Quizzical. Doom Radleys have got 20. On my own, 17. Much improved. Well done, James. The Quarantinis have got 18. That round is allowed to stay out of the bin. Okay. Made up for the first round. 23 out of 23 for Owen and Linda. Well done, guys. That's a great score. Wow, you can't get any better than that, can you? Lorna says better than last round, 8. Well done. 22 for the Inquisitors. Gemma Crew, 18. Chelsea, 17. 21 out of 23 for Back in Black. 5 points for Jan. I think that's very good considering you were driving for most of that one, mate. Shocking round, 10 points. James says, give me more American questions so I can keep up. Come back next week. 18 for half a dozen. Charlotte says, tonight's topic, thought we did well until we saw everyone else's scores. 15. That's okay. Come on. It's just for fun, you know that. Right, let's turn my speaker on then. So we can get this ready for our Family Fortunes round, everybody. If you haven't played along with this one before, don't worry, I will explain how it works, but it's basically the same principle. It's just a little bit different in terms of how the answers work, and there is only 10 questions in this round. The reason will become apparent as I go through how this works. So let's just make sure the sounds are nice volume for everybody. Oh, that might be a bit too loud, but hey. There we go. That sound all right? I'll turn it down a little bit. We'll need them in a minute. To be honest, I may have to turn it back on again. It shuts down if there's nothing playing through it. So I'm just checking the comments one more time. Right, here's the link. That's not the link. Let me get the link for you for another reminder for the Just Giving page of Sophia, the community food larder. They do like 7,000 plus food parcels of all this food they have from manufacturers and superstores directly. So yeah, they're helping 7,000 people. Many of them will be those who are vulnerable, especially during this time of pandemic. So it's really important that we do what we can to support them. So if you can afford to donate, that was what I would like you to do first. Then if you can go a little bit further than that, as I said, you can tip me by buying me the virtual beer down there. The links for all of this stuff I talk about is always in the description of every video I do. So you can always find them there, including the donation link, of course. But alternatively, you can become a Patreon. The minimum tier, the lowest tier is £2 a month. And for that, you get plenty of rewards. There's loads on there. You can go and have a look. Honestly, I'm giving as much back as I can for people who are willing to contribute to my Patreon, and we've got for the £5 plus levels, we're doing a Patreon only quiz night on Tuesday, and I'll do that once a month for you all. So that's going to be fun. We're going to do a Family Fortunes round and a Pointless round, as in the Pointless TV show, which I think is only popular really over here, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope the Patreons are too. Please do keep up to date with the updates in the Patreon app, or in the Patreon Facebook group for Top Fan Plus level and above, because it's very important you stay up to date on these things. I hate the fact that some people might miss out if you don't. So yeah, please do that. Right, so the way this works then, round number 3, Family Fortunes round. I'm going to read out questions from surveys taken from Family Fortunes, or Family Feud as it's called in America. And for each question, I have the top 5 answers from the surveys. All right, so I don't have all of them, only the top 5. So all you need to do for each question is work out what you think the top answer was from our survey. Okay, and you will get the amount of points that relate to the position it was in the table. So out of the top 5, if you give me the top answer, you get 5 points. Running down through the scores, 4, 3, 2, and then 1 point if you've only guessed the least popular answer in the survey. If you give me an answer to the survey and it's not there, you get nothing for that question. And we move on to the next one. Now, I won't give you the answers until we get all the way through to the end of the 10 questions. So the reason there's only 10 is because it takes a while to go through, because there's 5 answers possible for each one, and it might take a while for me to repeat them. Generally, everybody's been pretty good with these when we've done them in the past, so we'll see how it goes. Just one more check of the comments. See if there's anything you're talking to me, or if you're talking to other people, watching on and off. How dare you not pay attention? I'm kidding, it's fine. As long as you've got this on in the background, I don't mind. So here we go with question number 1. In the Our Survey Says Family Fortunes round, name something you can buy a bar of. Again, just write the answers down, don't put them in the comments. Name something you could buy a bar of. That's question 1 from the Our Survey Says round. when we do this on Tuesday night, so the Patreons watching, you will be split into 2 teams. I've already worked out what the teams are, and we're going to have, as long as everybody attends, we're going to be having 6 aside. So it's basically going to be like the show. It's going to be great. Tony from Marbella has arrived. Welcome, Tony. How was your evening? I promise we weren't talking about you earlier. Question 2 in this round. Name an important ingredient in a smoothie. We're talking about the generic ingredients, the general ingredients. Don't get too specific with your answer here in terms of flavors, for example. Name an important ingredient in a smoothie. Leslie's just joined for the last round. Welcome along. Welcome along. We're doing Family Fortunes, our survey says, in case you missed me talking about it. Question 2, name an important ingredient for a smoothie. And for those of you who are new, just a reminder, we do this every Thursday and every Sunday. Same kind of thing, every Thursday, every Sunday. And then there's plenty more you can see on my other social media channels, as well as through the Facebook page. So be sure to follow and like the page. Question 3, name a famous Arnold. First name or surname. Name a famous Arnold, or someone who has the name Arnold as their first name or their surname. Could be real or fictional, just a famous Arnold for question 3. You'll also get at the end of this one, a picture round will be shared as a separate post on this BigQuizNightIn page. So please do have a go at that. I'll post the answers for it in the comments afterwards, as per usual. So something else for you to do to occupy your evening, please do share them as well. Do share them with whoever you want. You're more than welcome to. Question number 4 now. Question 4. Name an animal that's often victim of roadkill. This was a survey in the UK, guys, so you might have different answers in the States. Just keep that in mind. Name an animal that's often a victim of roadkill. I mean, some of them you have over there too, or your own versions of them. Some of them. But still, just to, put you in the right mindset. So name an animal that's often victim of roadkill for question 4. Question 5, name a word that follows bull to make an animal's name. Name a word that follows bull to make an animal's name, a new animal's name. All right, question number 6 now. Question 6. Yeah, yes, Amy, not raccoons. Question 6. Name a fruit you can buy dried. Name a fruit you could buy dried. I'd be quite worried if raccoons was one of the answers, knowing the survey took place over here. Pretty sure we don't have those. Question number 7 now. Question 7. Name a superhero that doesn't wear a mask. Name a superhero that doesn't wear a mask. I can do repeats at the end again, so just let me know what number you want me to repeat and I'll go back and repeat them. That's no problem. Always do repeats at the end of each round. Question 8 now. Question number 8. Name a good occupation for a blabbermouth. Name a good occupation for a blabbermouth. James is saying connection's lost. I'm still live. But as and when you reconnect, James, you know I'll do repeats, so just let me know. Right, question number 9. Name a famous person who's known as Judge. Name a famous person who is known as Judge. Could be their real name, it could be a real judge, anything, just known as Judge. A couple of more comments coming in there. No, we haven't got possums either. Yeah, don't worry guys, if some of you lost connection, I will repeat whatever questions you need. We're on question 10 now anyway, so you can start putting those numbers in. Only for about 10 seconds, okay, good. Alright, so question 10, the final question in the R survey says round, name a variety of melon. Name a variety of melon. So let me know what would you like repeated now, guys. I know I dropped out for a little bit there for some of you. Just the 10 questions there because it will take us a while to go through the answers. I'm going to share some of the other links as well with you all while we're here. There's Patreon. We'll get that one in there. I don't often share that in the chat, but I'm going to tonight. Some of the extras you get for joining Patreon is you get straight into the top fan group, even at the lowest tier, £2 a month. You get straight into the top fan group. In the top fan group, you get early access to what quizzes we're going to be doing. You get my little quizzes shared all the time. Lots of things going on in there. So, and also you get a dedicated little quiz of your choice, which I record on Limor and share pretty much every day as well, which has been a lot of fun getting fan requests for Limor quizzes too. What about skunks? No, not in the wild, no. Right, question 5 for Lorna. Okay, let's go around to question 5. Name a word that follows bull to make an animal's name. No, we had a question last week about skunks, actually, I think, in the last quiz. Mephitis, isn't it? Yeah. There we go, always learning. Any more repeats? Last chance if you'd like a repeat, and I'll go through the answers. Looks like it was just number 5 from everybody. All right, I'm going to go through the answers then, guys. So I will read out the question again, and then I'll go through the answers, starting with the least popular answer for 1 point up to the top answer of 5 points. All right. So question number 1, name something that you can buy a bar of. We have iron, silver, gold, soap, and the top answer was chocolate. You'd hope it was chocolate, wouldn't you? Question 2, name an important ingredient for a smoothie. We have yogurt or yogurt, ice, ice cream, milk, and the top answer was fruit. Question 3, name a famous Arnold. First name or surname. We have Benedict Arnold, Tom Arnold, Arnold Rimmer, Arnold Palmer, and the top answer was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Of course it was. Oh yes, Amy, I remember that, yeah. James, you're going to find out in a minute what we run over here. Right, so here we go. Question 4, name an animal that's often victim of roadkill. We have a hedgehog. We have, for 1 point, a fox for 2. I've hit one of them. I was devastated. Tail to head. It happened in the blink of an eye. Honestly, it was horrible. A deer, I hit one of them too, little one. As a roebuck. We have for 4 points a badger. I haven't hit one of them. And also the top answer was rabbits. Rabbits everywhere when you live in the countryside around these parts, especially, I've noticed. Question 5, name a word that follows bull to make an animal's name. We have a bull shark, bullfinch, bullfrog, bull terrier, and the top answer for 5 points was bulldog. Question 6, name a fruit you can buy dried. We have dates, berries, apples, bananas, and the top answer for 5 points was grapes. Question 7, name a superhero that doesn't wear a mask. For 1 point, Supergirl. Then Hulk, 3 points for Wonder Woman. Thor got you 4 points, and the top answer was Superman. Question 8, name a good occupation for a blabbermouth. We have a supermarket cashier, an actor, a TV interviewer, a salesman for 4 points, but for 5 points, the top answer was a gossip columnist. Question 9, name a famous person known as Judge. We have Judge Reinhold, Judge Rinder for 2 points, Judge John Deed for 3, Judge Judy for 4, and the top answer was Judge Dredd. And question 10, name a variety of melon. We have cassava, cantaloupe for 2 points, Galia for 3, honeydew for 4, and the top answer of a variety of melon was watermelon. So there we go. Do let me know if I need to repeat any of those, because as I said, there's 5 for each, so or 5 different answers for each question. You only needed to name one. 8, no quiz host. A good occupation for a blabbermouth. Nah. No, Tegan, it's not there. I'm not a blabbermouth anyway. I waffle on. I'm not a blabbermouth. I think there's a difference, right? Tally up your scores, guys. Let me know how you did in that round. On my own's got 48 points. Very well done there. Good score. 49 for Freddy's Ficcos, 48 for Oval Team. Oh my goodness, all correct. 50 points for Anna. Well done. Excellent to see. Quarantini's got 49. This round wins. Barking Dogs 46. Quizdle Maze have got 39. Team Danger 40 points. Back in Black 42. Real Friends 48, Ursula 44, Diva's got 28 points, Devises Duo 33, Robin's got 40, oh, it skipped ahead again, 36 for June, well done. Tracy says a much better 47 there, 41 for Kings and Queens, Love Family Fortunes, Chris, thanks from Alex, that's no problem, mate. Much better, 40 points, says Lorna. 36 out of 50 for the two amigos. 35 for Leslie. 35 for Abingdon Atom's Korfball Club. 40 for Let's Get Quizzical. 37 for Cell Marketeers. Anna says yes from Paranurse. Yeah, great score. Cross Atlantic, 39 points. Space Quizity, 35 points. 39 for Oxford Phoenix Collective. 38 for the Inquisitors. Gemma Crew. Oh, I'm getting notifications. Hold on. Gemma Crew only has 36. That's too distracted as watching Queen. Oh, sorry, I'll let you off. Lorna Loves survey says rounds. Yeah, I don't do them often enough, actually. I stopped doing them. I used to do them every single quiz. And then I got lots of different requests to do other rounds, so I've mixed up a bit since. But we'll do more. And of course, the Patreons are going to get a very special one on Tuesday. And I very much look forward to welcoming you then. That'll be 8:30 Tuesday night, so yeah, that'll be fun. So 46 for half a dozen. Keep your scores coming in, guys, while we close things off. We are way ahead of time. We normally go on till 1:30, but because we haven't had as many people tune in for this particular quiz, we haven't had too many random tangents and conversations to have, which is fine. can give you all back a little bit of time if you like, so feel free to drop off now if you want to, but I'll do my usual closing. If anybody else wants to say anything in the comments, feel free to do so now. Tonight's topic are disappointed by people's choices on dried fruit. 40 for us. Thank you for a really good quiz. Look out for the picture round indeed. I'll be sharing that picture round in the next few minutes over on the Facebook page. So please do give the page a follow, guys, if you haven't done so already, and share the quiz with your friends and family, especially during this particular time, to have something fun. I hope is fun for everybody to tune in and have a go at on Thursdays and Sundays. It's something to pass the time. Many of us are stuck indoors on these evenings anyway. Oh, thank you. Today was hard. But Sarah, no, you can't. Robin, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm glad you worked out the timings and managed it this time. That's appreciated. Thanks, guys. So once again, please do donate to Sophia. Do not forget about donating to Sophia before you go, or donate to them as soon as you can afford to, so that we can continue to support them during this pandemic. I will share the link one more time, and the link will also be in the description of the video. So don't you worry about that. I'll put the link in a moment and you'll see that there. And also remember, we're back on Thursdays with another quiz. I am going to be sharing another quick quiz tomorrow. I've been doing these every single day. I've got 10 to post, 5 more to posting because I've done the first 5. So please do, if you see them on Facebook, if you haven't, scroll back through the posts and have a look at the quick quiz. 1 question per post. They've been a lot of fun to film and to share with you all. And there'll be 5 more, so I post them first thing in the morning, every morning, until I'm done that series. And yeah, Instagram, Twitter, Limor, BuyMeACoffee, Patreon, loads of ways to support me. And I'm not going to say specifically what yet, but there is something else exciting coming. For the 40 or so people still watching, I thought I'd slip that in there for those of you who are still hanging around. There is something exciting coming. But with that said, I'll share the picture around. I'll see you same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.